So we know all about ordinary annuities, and now we're going to get to annuities due. To get to an annuity due, we're going to start with our ordinary annuity and then go there. So ordinary annuity, you've got the payments happen or rents happen at the end of each period. So if you're going to make 5 deposits, $5,000 each at the end of each of the next 5 years, interest rate 12%, how much will you have at the end of 5 years? So you say, okay, do I need to know the present or the future? Well, how much will you have to have in 5 years? We need to know the future. It is an annuity because it's $5,000 at the end of each year, and it's an ordinary annuity because it's at the end, not the beginning. Okay, so you go through, you get your factors and everything, and so the future value is going to equal the amount of the deposits times the future value of an ordinary annuity, 5 periods at 12%. So we get our solution of $31,764. Okay, so now we move to the annuity due. And all the annuity due does is it says we're going to make the deposit at the beginning of each of the next 5 years. So when you see we're going to deposit today at the beginning, then that's an annuity due situation. So you go through the same questions. Do we need to know the present or the future? Well, how much will you have at the end of 5 years? We need to know the future. It is an annuity because it's a stream of equal payments, 5 deposits of $5,000 each. Annuity due because the deposits happen at the beginning. Number of periods 5 and 12. So what we do here is we go and look up the factor, we go to the future value of the ordinary annuity table, and then we convert it for an annuity due. Sometimes some texts will provide the annuity due tables, a lot do not, so I just work with the 4 basic tables, and we modify the the ordinary annuity tables for the annuity due. So what we do is you go to the future value of an ordinary annuity, 5 periods, 12%, and you get that factor, okay? Now, what you do with that factor is then you have to multiply it times 1 plus the interest rate, and that gives you the factor for an annuity due, okay? That adds that 1 extra interest period, because we've got interest for the, because you're starting at the beginning, you've got 1 more interest period. So an ordinary annuity, this would be the amount that it would grow to, but an annuity due, it would obviously be more because you've got that extra interest period. So look up the ordinary annuity factor, multiply it by 1 times the interest rate, and you get the factor for the annuity due. Okay, so let's just do a problem here. This is Henry. He wants to withdraw $30,000 each year for 10 years from a fund that earns 8%. How much must he invest today if the first withdrawal is at year end? Okay, so if this one is kind of a confusing problem because it's using the word today, but the first withdrawal is at year end. So this is, I will be much clearer than this on an exam. So what do we need to know? The future or the present? We need to know the present. How much does he need to invest today? Single sum or an annuity? It's an annuity. It's an ordinary annuity because you're investing it today, but the withdrawal is not until year end, okay? What is the number of periods? 10, 8%. So you're going to say the present value of our ordinary annuity is going to be the amount of the payments times the present value factor, and so that gives you, if he wants to withdraw the $30,000 each year, he's going to have to invest that amount today. Okay, so now let's just contrast that. Henry wants to withdraw $30,000 each year for the next 10 years. How much must he invest today if the first withdrawal is today? Okay, if it's immediately. And so this is an annuity due, the same number of periods, the same interest rate. So what we do is we look up the present value of the ordinary annuity, which we just did, multiply it by 1 plus the interest rate, you get the factor for an annuity due, and this is the amount that needs to be deposited. So obviously, when you're in the situation of wanting to withdraw it, and you need to deposit more now if the withdrawal is today instead of at year end. So it's 217 for an annuity due here, only 201 if it's at the year end. Okay, so basically that's your annuity due, and I'll make sure that my problems are very clear on any exams on this. Okay.